going back to the conceptualization part of it, I think an interesting way to go about it, because Seth, I know that like all, I mean, inherently your kind of style and specificity is expensive, period pieces, war, politics, all that. I would try to think about, because this is something I did for my feature film, kind of like in a different vein, but for the feature film idea that I have that Jacob's seen, that kind of birthed out of a short idea that I had, but I was like, okay, how can I expand that through the style, getting ideas from there. So I would try to think of like, try to boil down your specificity into something simple. I think a good comp for what I'm talking about is this movie called The Shooting with Jack Nicholson from like the 60s. It's a Western, and it if you like Westerns, you'll really like the movie. But it's like three characters and they're all like wandering the desert the entire time. It's a great like drama about these like small group of characters, but like you can tell it was made for like cheap. But it was a great kind of style that was boiled down very into its most basic parts almost. So
Right.
I would try to, think of ways you could do that.
Taking like a big concept that there was, I can't remember who said this, but it was like a guy said like you can take a big, if you have a big concept, take like one scene out of it and see if you can make a short out of that. Or like
Yeah, yeah.
take a one part of that and just see if you can expand that into a short and give it a storyline. And I think like if you wanted to make a David, do you remember that Godzilla movie you showed me where it's like almost like a political thriller rather than
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
Godzilla
Shin
movie?
Godzilla. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I don't know if the rest of y'all have seen that, but that kind of movie, I mean, it's a feature film, but in the end, you could take just a office room scene where a bunch of guys are trying to decide what to do with a Godzilla that is rampaging through town and give each character a different, one guy's the mayor, one guy's a press, one guy is, whoever, scientist, whatever. And that's a short film right there, but you still have the vibes of the big, piece. So I think
Mhm.
that's a good example of something like that.